This is Cliff Bell, and I'm a realtor with Elizabeth Alcott and Associates in Napa, California. Today I'm going to talk about increasing affordable housing. An overview, why this matters. I'll go into that. You can make money doing this. I think that's a good thing. And then I'll go through a couple examples. Example one is a garage conversion. And example two is how I've added an ADU. And then lastly, I'll leave you with how I can help. So let's dive right into that. Okay, let's talk about why this matters. Well, first of all, rents are often too high for people to live without compromise. The kind of compromise typically just is having roommates or living in less desirable locations. Those are usually the two major trade-offs that people make. And providing good and affordable housing, I think, improves the neighborhood. There's just better places to live and so forth, and I think you have an opportunity by doing that. And then the last thing is really providing good living choices means more jobs can be filled. Really, sometimes employers can't find employees they need, and the higher turnover because people get tired of compromised living conditions and move elsewhere. So places like California, where I'm based, where it can be expensive, you often find people making compromises and they end up leaving the area, or they just employees can't be found because the cost to live is greater than what the companies can afford to pay for the salary. Okay, as the investor, you can make money doing this by creating affordable housing for others to rent. The cost to create a second home is often cash flow positive from the project completion, even if you finance the complete investment. Examples follow. If you own a home and add a second or a smaller prefab house on the property, an ADU, or you can do a garage conversion into an ADU. Those are the two options. And again, I'm going to put a link to the description down below. I did a video on the cost of adding an ADU and completely financing, and I'll put that link in the description down below. But if you're buying a home for an investment, review the local rules for adding an ADU. They're in general in California allowed across the board. If there's a garage, get a quote for what can be done to convert the garage. And that way you not only have an investment property, but you actually have a two-unit investment property if it's a single-family home. And these are all legal within California, and permits are relatively straightforward based on the ones I've done. For my first example, I did a garage conversion. I purchased an investment home with a garage, and it was a separate building. So access to the garage actually could be reached through the alley, so it wasn't just into the house. So you could get to it in that way. I actually walled it off, so it was actually a separate fenced-in area with a separate access. So it was really a good idea, and you can find those kind of properties. And the house ended up with driveway parking, but there was plenty of parking for that, and that seemed to work out well for the renters that I have. So I spent about 80 grand to turn that garage into a 650 square foot second home. It took about 3 months to get the permits, so it wasn't too bad. And the rent is $1,500 a month. And I used cash for the upgrade, so I didn't have to finance it. So this property, which was right on the line of cash flow just with the main house, all of a sudden became super profitable on an ongoing basis once I added the garage conversion. So it's great for the investor, and I created a person who's living in it. It was actually a Section 8 person, so an affordable house in a good area. So that was a win-win for everyone. And example two, adding an ADU. I bought an investment property with a large lot with separate access, the main house, and then there was another access. And again, I mentioned I put the link below in the description about that. I actually created the video, and it shows the house before the ADU has been added. I got the permit. Just got done for the project, and I'm actually talking to the contractor about doing that now. And I'll create as the construction project starts and goes. It's not a long construction because it's prefab, so it's basically putting in the foundation. I'll add videos to the channel so you can go along with me and actually see for yourself the level of effort that's required. So that's example number two. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, how can I help? Well, I'm a realtor, and so I can help you purchase the home. And that means you get to, as yourself, you get to help create affordable housing, and you're going to create wealth by the property you buy, and by adding the ADU or the garage build out, whichever example works for you. And so you end up with a multi-unit situation, which is always more profitable. And again, you get to get the wealth increase as the properties appreciate over time. And the second thing you can do is watch this channel, because I'll be posting videos once a week to give you tips and techniques on how to do various investment opportunities as an investor. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel.